doesn't really seem fair that what we experience as a kid growing up and the relationships we have with our parents really defines all your future relationships. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to do a video today basically talking about how our relationship with our primary caregivers growing up as kids can really follow through into adult life and affect how we look at relationships, feel in relationships, and basically act and behave, because what we're shown as kids is generally modelled as we go into adult life, into adult relationships. We take everything that we were shown as children, what a relationship looks like. If we have had an unhealthy relationship growing up and we haven't been able to express feelings, needs, we've had to bottle up a lot of emotions and feelings inside of us, or we've been invalidated, or we haven't felt important or looked after. We often take all this stuff as sort of a learned behaviour and we take that into our adult relationships, and that can be really damaging, because if you haven't had a healthy relationship with your caregivers, that's going to translate into an unhealthy relationship in your adult life. So what that might look like is, if you've never been able to openly growing up communicate your feelings and your needs and what's important to you, what you need, you've been very much shut down over the years, you've had to suppress a lot of emotions, and that's the sort of person you're going to be looking for. So for example, if your parents have been quite emotionally unavailable, quite surface level, they never really like to talk about feelings, their attitudes pretty much just get on with things, you know, anything you might feel just shoved down inside of you and just get on with things. And if you were to bring up how you were feeling, it would be quickly shut down and dismissed. Then that's what you're going to look for in terms of a relationship going forward in your adult life. You might look for a partner that is quite shut off, quite cold, quite emotionally distant. You might find a partner that doesn't want someone to be there to express their needs and feelings. They can't deal with that themselves. So you sort of fit together really well initially, because even though the relationship you came from with your caregivers wasn't healthy, and wasn't a functioning good example of what a good healthy relationship looks like, it's what you're looking for going forward in life. And yeah, for me, I felt stitched up really a little bit. I've been reflecting, and it doesn't really seem fair that what we experience as a kid growing up and the relationships we have with our parents really defines all your future relationships. So I go back to, if the relationship that you had with your parents or primary caregivers wasn't healthy, wasn't good, didn't demonstrate healthy relationship qualities like good communication and expressing needs and feelings and allowing people to talk without criticising or blame, if you weren't familiar with what healthy relationship looks like or feels like, it's going to affect every relationship that you have going forward. And it's only until you look back and reflect and be like, or identify that what you went through as a child wasn't a good example of a healthy relationship. And this is where therapy is great. They can help you look back and reflect on that and point out things that maybe you haven't seen before. And let's be honest, why would you see them things? Because what you've grown up with is the norm for you. It's how you've identified, it's how you've learnt to adapt growing up as a child. So you're not going to think anything different of it. It's only until these feelings that have been suppressed and these emotions that have been pushed down and the way it's left you feeling start coming to the surface as you get older, that you might actually look back and realise, hang on a minute, something wasn't quite right there. That wasn't a good example of a healthy relationship. It might be that you've gone through several difficult relationships in your adult life, and something's just not working, something's not clicking there, and you're thinking, why, what's going on? Them unhealthy behaviours that you've adapted to, that you've normalised, really won't work for you, and it will cause conflict, confrontation, and all this stuff. An example for me personally would be, growing up was never made to feel that important, or wasn't really made to feel valid or wanted or needed by my caregivers. It left me going into my adult life desperate for someone to accept me and to love me and to make me feel important, because I never felt like that growing up, and that's a human need that got suppressed, but was always there, bubbling under the surface. Never really got a chance to know what healthy looks like, and that's definitely affected some of my relationships. Now that I'm changing my behaviours to model a more healthy way to be in relationships, you can do it through the help of a therapist. It will change your life and it will change your relationships. So thanks for being here, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I'm sending you all the love that you deserve. Just remember that you are good enough, and you do deserve happiness, and you do deserve love. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.